just want to say something. The 24 to 27% of alcohol consumed in the United States by underage drinkers, all right, that's this widely cited statistic by opponents of alcohol. It was published in Teen Tippers, Americans Underage Drinking Epidemic, which is a report in 2002 from the National Center on Addictions and Substance Abuse. They've since put out a statement saying that they were misquoted by CASA, and the actual figure is only 11.4%. That's the real number that represents how much of this country's alcohol is consumed by minors. So these numbers that get thrown around, it's like Lynn was saying earlier, you can make statistics sound however you want, and it's really awesome when people take statistics that were mispublished, and those are the studies that they're going to pull and they're going to tell you about. What people don't realize is that you say how many people that drink underage cause problems. A recent study also shows that only 2 out of 1,000 incidents of drinking between the ages of 18 and 20 actually result with any run-in with law enforcement. So I see you guys are getting away with it, or maybe it's just that some people out there actually are choosing responsibly. And since we see that and we know that people are choosing responsibly, that's what this Missouri 18 to Drink initiative is about, and that's why we're working to lower the drinking age so that we can bring all responsible adults into the social circle.
I was going to ask Mr. Hanson a question to Mr. Moses a while ago about if you would support a motion to limit alcohol to those over 70, and I would ask you to clarify your answer on that. I wasn't here definitely.
Sorry, I thought I did. I'll repeat it. Over 55, we do get more sensitive to alcohol. So that's a concern on medications and alcohol, those over 55, but it's a much more gradual significance than 25 and under. And again, if you look at the crash statistics for domestic violence and abuse, or alcoholism and all that, it's insignificant at that age. So I see no warnings or red flags or things that would indicate to us that we need to take steps to correct that problem. But there are huge under age 25. And if you look at any death charts, whether it be suicide or crashes or propensity to be an alcoholic, it goes down significantly after age 24, 25. It goes up tremendously lower than that. So that's certainly an indicator we need to address that issue. I don't see a clear-cut problem. And again, if we wait till 21 to drink, the people who develop an alcohol problem is really marginal. But that also means less sales. And my way Marion Institute would agree with that on your stats. And you know what? I accept Anheuser-Busch that lies considerably, because I've debated executives from Anheuser-Busch. I accept their 10%. Because 10% of multi-billions and billions of dollars is a lot of people. Well, I could care less if it's 10 or 20. 10 is way, way too many kids buying booze. But it is hard.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Some of you think that waiting until 29 there's a problem, and some of you think that lowering it will still have a problem. Well, what will solve the problem? If lowering it's not going to solve the problem, and keeping it where it is isn't going to solve the problem, what is going to solve the problem?
Basically, the solutions start within your home. They start with you. They start with your parents. We need to be educated. And our campaign isn't out there. We're not out there to say, let's make the drinking age 18 and go party. We're not out for that. We actually are developing an educational program where we can go out to groups like this. We can teach you about responsible drinking, what is and what isn't responsible. And people vary widely. Now, like this gentleman said earlier, 4 drinks is generally a standard recognized as binge drinking, and you shouldn't be behind the wheel of a car, but that's not what the debate is really about. We're here to lower the drinking age so that liberties are not unjustly given to one age group over another.
some communities being given the opportunity to try some new things out. For example, how about if we lower the age over a 5-year period, we lower it down to 19 years old, or 19 and a half, split the difference. And we look at the research. Before we go into that research, before we go into that experimental stage, we say, here are the indicators that we're going to look at to see if, in fact, accidents go down, if drunk driving goes down, all these kinds of things. Let's kind of take a look at that and see. Right now, there's no way we can move that direction. There's no real good empirical research to say that it's going to work. So we're at a stalemate here. You know, we've got half of our population who's thinking that we've got to keep it 21. There's another growing percentage of the population saying we need to think maybe more 18. Again, I go in the middle. I am not about chronological age. I'm about some demonstration of maturity and judgment. And I think we can put together ways of demonstrating that, improving that, but then also putting heavy penalties on people who abuse the privilege. That's my thought.
I think the solution is relatively simple. I always tell adults, if you're going to drink as an adult, show your children how they should drink when they become an adult. Adults need to set the example. At your age, I lived in Jefferson City for 33 years, and I saw 35 children die because of alcohol. And guess what? They didn't run into an officer. They didn't get in trouble. There was no litmus test that they were going to have a death if they did. 35 kids. That's an average of almost one a year. And a lot of challenges that high school kids do. You know what we tend to outdo each other? When I graduated from high school, only 10% drank underage, and I was one of them. And we didn't drink near the volumes being drank today. It's almost like a competition that seniors, the juniors are going to outdo you next year. Sophomores are going to outdo them. Sometimes you folks have to look around and say, you know what? I love the kids coming up behind me so much. I'm going to set an example of how they should be so they won't have these risks. So it's us. The solution is us. And when we learn the fact that certain things alcohol is going to do, no matter what your opinion is about it, and then we begin to sacrifice for others by adults showing how to drink responsibly, and you showing the younger kids, if you're going to compete with me with wiser choices, not worse choices, not having more cakes than you do.
Students, I know several of you have been raising your hands, but I think this is going to be our last question.